Bonjour. Voilà, c'est le chapitre 7. Et on commence avec les professions. Professions. I'd like to note this un mot sur la langue at the beginning talks about la féminisation des professions en français. That is to say, the new words that are now being fixed or created or developed out of the old words. The old words used to assume certain professions could only have a masculine form in the language because there was the assumption, which was probably wrong almost from the very beginning, that no women would be filling this profession. It's taken language a long time to catch up with the reality that women have always been, in increasing numbers, of course, doctors and professors. For the word un médecin, there's still no great feminine form. You would say Madame le médecin, la docteure. However, for professor, more and more, you're seeing from professor, you now get professeur with an ES, la professeur. But still, you'll see as we go through the list of words that there are some words like fireman that just continue like doctor to resist having a feminine form, whereas others like enseignant, enseignante, they lend themselves. Oops, we went back too far. Donc voilà les professions. Remember, when you're talking about someone's profession or even nationality or religion, religious profession, you always use for the third person, you always use the third person, il, elle, and then the être, il est, elle est, and then the profession right away. And the profession acts like an adjective. Elle est chanteuse. Il est chanteur. You don't say elle est une chanteuse. You say c'est une chanteuse, and then you might even add an adjective. C'est une chanteuse célèbre. C'est une belle chanteuse. Those are the general tendencies of the language. You only see elle est une chanteuse qui a fait le Super Bowl en 2012. You only see in longer sentence, you may see elle est une chanteuse qui, that she is a singer who, and then it goes on. In the shorter sentences, you tend to fork between elle est chanteuse, c'est une chanteuse québécoise, c'est une coiffeuse, c'est une commerçante. So, un agent, une agente de police, un avocat, une avocate, une chanteuse, un chanteur, un coiffeur, une coiffeuse, un commerçant, une commerçante, un comptable, une comptable, un cuisinier, une cuisinière, un dentiste, une dentiste, une enseignante, un enseignant. Isn't it funny for this one they give the feminine on top and the masculine on the bottom? Strange. Une infirmière, un infirmière.
Une infirmière, un infirmier.
Oh, un infirmier, excuse me. Un infirmier, a male nurse.
Une femme médecin,
So,
un médecin.
un médecin is a doctor. Une femme médecin is a woman doctor. Un musicien, une musicienne. Un plombier, une femme plombier. Un pompier, une femme pompier. And then you have the extra, un acteur, une actrice, un assistant, une assistante sociale, un cadre, une cadre. That's executive. And I've understood it to mean really just, it means you're on the side of management as opposed to on the side of the workers. If there were a strike, if you have become a cadre in a company, you can't go on strike. because you are a cadre. Un chef d'entreprise, une chef d'entreprise. Un employé, une employée. Un gérant, une gérante. You also see more and more the word manager. Un homme, or oftentimes you'll see chef. Like here you say, here un chef d'entreprise. You'll hear le chef de rayon, the manager of the aisle, or the manager of a product, le chef de produit, or the manager of the project, le chef de projet. Un homme, une femme d'affaires. Un informaticien, une informaticienne. Un ingénieur, une femme ingénieure. Un journaliste, une journaliste. Un ouvrier, une ouvrière. Un patron, une patronne. Un psychologue, une psychologue. Un secrétaire, une secrétaire. Un vendeur, une vendeuse. And then for some more general vocabulary, people talk about their job in slang as un boulot. Une carrière is the career, very similar. Un emploi. You hear also the word un job. Une entreprise is how they talk about company. And when they talk about a corporation, they say une société. Yes, like society, une société. Un métier. Un poste. Une profession. Un salaire. Le travail. And then to talk about how you make your living. Gagner sa vie, as opposed to make money. Gagner de l'argent. Voilà. And you may, if you haven't found your profession, you may, at this point, stop my recording and go and search out your profession in France. Does your profession exist? There are some professions in France that exist, or titles or posts that have developed, for example, in the medical field, that are not so developed or have different words in the American medical field. So you may find that your profession isn't as represented due to the structure of work, the workforce in France. But surely you'll find something similar. Voilà. Voilà. Ainsi se termine cette partie 1, vocabulaire 1.